The signal wasn't meant to reach us, but it did. Welcome to Intercepted Signals, the podcast that tunes into the headlines and discusses those strange stories that echo through our world. Each episode follows the trails of UFOs, alien encounters, and the conspiracies buried beneath layers of official denial. Some may say it's paranoia, others say it's prophecy. We say it's worth listening to. So open your mind and keep an eye on the sky, because the truth doesn't always knock. Sometimes it gets intercepted. Welcome to Intercepted Signals. You know, if it's your first time finding us, welcome. We're really glad you're here. We're really glad you found us. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts out there on these topics, but we're glad you found us. So you heard in the intro what our show is about. I'm Josh. I'm here with my friend David. We're both living in different states. I'm in Texas. David, where are you at?
I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and by the way, Josh, it was almost 90 on Tuesday, and today it is cold, rainy, windy, and I think it was 54 when I went to work. Yeah, that's my life up here.
Yeah, that's quite drastic. I thought Texas was bad, but it's a little bit on this episode. If you listen to our last episode, we discussed the comet slash alien spaceship. We're not sure yet. Three Eye Atlas. And today's episode, we're going to get into discussions of are we living in a black hole, and also conspiracies surrounding Three Eye Atlas, comet or alien spaceship. So, but then we'll talk about it towards the end. So stick with us this episode. We these topics. I think some of this is gonna be pretty fun. Going. We try to stay raw into we follow through with what we're going to talk about, but a lot of it is what's on our minds and what we think about what we researched and studied. So, by any means, when we get into topics about black holes, we are not physicists at all. We are not scientists or
No.
anything like that. There's probably a lot of words I just learned in the last 24 hours. But we're going to talk about it as two people that would talk about these types of conspiracies or things of interest because, I mean, it's just fun to talk about. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But I think, David, I think we're going to start talking about the question of are we living in a black hole? And what does that even mean? What is a black hole?
Yeah, which is still the theoretical, by the way. What's crazy about black holes is like, I don't know, like 15 or it was like 2015. It was a while ago that this girl did a calculation of what a black hole would look like and got really happy and went all over the internet. But like we do not have any pictures from like James Webb or any telescope of what a black hole is, which is basically like emptiness of space. And we're about to talk about all that right now.
Yes, we are. So I actually asked AI because I think that's a fun thing to do these days.
Ask
We're not
AI,
really
our
looking for
segment.
yeah, hey. But it was kind of like I'm curious what AI says a black hole is, and I did the fun thing of tell me what a black hole. I don't know about you. Well, I know you were watching YouTube videos and things about this whole
Yeah.
conspiracy. And how
Mhm.
many times did you get so lost your head was going to explode because you had no idea what was going on,
I mean, when
what
I
they were
said to you
talking about?
like that hurts my head, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, that's rough. So I asked AI, I was like, hey, could you tell me what a black hole is? And could you please tell me like I'm a fifth grader? So I think that was probably the best way to describe things because I think a majority of folks out there only read at the fifth grade level. It's fact, science, fact, whatever. Not my, I read that somewhere, but I'm not, the show's not
I
about
actually
that
don't care
today.
about your science,
But
Weimer.
well, yeah, well, science, if you're not challenging science, then you're not doing science correctly. So this is what AI told me when I asked it what a black hole was if I was a fifth grader. Imagine space is like a giant trampoline. If you put a bowling ball on it, the trampoline dips down. So that's kind of what happens when something really heavy, like a star, sits in space. It bends space all around it. Now, If a star gets super duper heavy, I like that. Super duper big star, right? Squishes down really small, you can turn into a black hole. A black hole is like a super deep hole in space that pulls everything in, even light. That's why it looks totally black. It's like a cosmic vacuum that never stops sucking things in. That's what it told me.
Yeah.
Other things I did gather in the learning through YouTube and things is that once things go in a black hole, they don't come back out.
No,
That
once
was
you
the
get
other
to
thing
the
that I
event horizon, which is the outer rim of a black hole, you can
yeah,
what the event horizon basically means once you've gotten to that rim, you cannot leave, where light even can't is being sucked into it, basically.
correct. Yeah, that's the theory of what a black hole is.
Right.
It's just been discussed over years. I mean, we've talked about black holes since I think the 70s. There's been a great Disney movie. If you haven't seen the 70s movie called Black Hole, check it out. I
Oh
think it's on
yeah.
Disney Plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some great androids in that one.
I
Interesting
love the androids in
characters.
that one
Good
actually.
stuff. Good stuff.
There's a actually it comes from a
So we got
book,
the
and the book's actually
question.
very
Oh,
good
yeah.
too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense. I think most of the Disney stuff back then was taken from
Yeah,
books and
probably.
literature. So we had the question of could we be living inside a black hole? And we're meaning
Mm.
not just Earth, we're meaning the entire uh, not even solar system, but our universe, the part that we're in. So so what here's the questions you get. So with the wild idea some scientists have is what if our whole universe is actually inside a giant black hole? And so when something falls into a black hole, it may not just disappear. It could go into another space, kind of like a little room. So it could be like a little
Hmm.
room, a little secret room, if you
Hmm.
will, a little hideout. That's where we got sucked into. We can't get out. We're in our hideout, and this secret room is a whole new universe. So it's just created inside the black hole. So maybe sucked in through the event horizon, and now we're in a whole new universe. Okay. So if you think of it like a Russian nesting doll, it's kind of that
Mm.
smaller universe inside of a universe kind of
Mm.
thing. So, so that's an interesting way of looking at it. And why do the scientists think this way? Why did they bring this up? Well, because black holes bend space and time in weird ways. And then our universe has some strange stuff going on. Like it's still expanding. Our universe expands and it does very fast, is what we're told. Um,
Allegedly.
but we don't know if that's because we're inside a black hole or not. Because there's a point that we can only see so far, and there's a kind of theory that maybe that's the edge of the black hole. We can't see that.
Mm.
So we can only go so far in space, and that's all we've ever seen and all we've ever known. Kind of in my mind, even as a kid, space is infinite. How can you physically, in your mind, visualize that? It's almost impossible in a sense.
Yeah, that video I sent you that had Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it, which I am not a fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson for a lot of reasons, but the guy's way smarter than I'm ever going to be. Fine. But he was talking about like the ends of space. I was like, how do you know that? How do you know where the end of space is? Because I know you don't know. They don't know. They have no idea where the outer rim of our known solar system or cosmos, whatever you want to call it. They have no idea where it ends. But they have
Yeah.
a mathematical theorem of it. I'm like, well, that's still a theory. Like you're just basically speculating and you literally have no idea. And again, the guy is very smart and he's a physicist, but I'm a rationalist, and I was like, you
Like
have
she
to
said, he's an ass.
no, but like
Yeah, he's an ass. I mean, he's a
that's my
physicist.
problem. Like
I
you're
could try to say
you
astrophysicist. We'll clear it up. We'll clear it up.
I mean, he's using a math problem for something that you don't know about, which is also my problem. Like, because I'm a realist, like, you're trying to put math to something you don't understand and you don't know. So, like, I don't even understand how that's
Yeah.
a thing in the first place.
Yep. Um, so in a kind of in a non-fifth grader way of what a black hole is, let me just one more time. Black hole is a place in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. It's made when a huge star collapses in on itself. So like a giant beach ball gets squished to the size of a marble. That's how
Yeah,
dense and powerful black holes are. So
that's
interesting
how they
to
describe the
visualize
white
that.
dwarf too.
Yeah. Here's the mind-blowing theory, if you will, when we pull that exists in the universe. So these ways, black holes might be gateways. They might be gateways. Something falls in the black hole, it just doesn't vanish. It goes somewhere else.
You know what a
Might go
gateway
through
sounds like to me, Josh?
a
A
Stargate.
portal.
Oh, portal. Oh yeah. Well, hey, I'm really thinking that. Well, we'll get
Yeah, we're gonna
portals
get into
later,
that
but
because I
anyway.
definitely have a theory about it.
Okay. So on the other side of the tunnel could just be a brand new universe. So if you go through the black hole, whatever, you could just end up in another universe somewhere else.
Called the
So,
singularity,
but apparently
Josh.
our there you go. Yeah. Um, the universe has similar traits. So our universe is expanding. It's like a balloon, just always, always, always getting bigger. Um, but also it's theorized that black holes also stretch space and time in weird ways.
Hmm.
So if you're inside a black hole, it may just act like another universe. It's expanding, it's doing what you do.
Well, that just
Um,
blew my mind, bro.
yeah,
I mean, not that this already doesn't blow my mind, but that blows my mind, bro.
yeah. And then of course, I mentioned the nested universe theory, Russian dolls living inside one another. And then our universe could just be one of those dolls instead of a bigger universe's black hole. That big universe might have its own stars, planets, and black holes with more universes inside.
Hmm.
So the universe that let's just say, for instance, yeah, our universe got sucked into a giant black hole. Well,
Okay.
another black hole could form in that universe,
That's like a dream
and
within a
then
dream, dude.
kind of keep going. Yeah, yeah. And who's to say that giant black hole wasn't part of another big universe that we got sucked into?
Hmm. Well, you know that I asked AI too, and
Oh
I don't
yes,
want to. And like what AI? I said you told me. I originally asked AI. Are we being sucked into a black hole? And I sent you what AI sent to me, and I think I
yeah.
used Chat GP on it, and you're like that hurts my head, and I was like, well, it also hurts my head, and I don't really understand that because by the way, we are not astrophysicists. And you're like, well, ask it to explain it to you like a fifth grader. And it said, okay, imagine a black hole is like a super duper strong vacuum cleaner in space that sucks in everything, even light. Some grow up scientists wondering if our whole universe, stars, planets, and everything might be inside of a black hole, like we're living in its tummy. So,
Okay.
but here's the thing. We don't see any signs of being in a black hole tummy. Our universe looks like it started with a big boom, which I'll get into in a minute, called the Big Bang, which I'll get into in a minute, and has been stretching out like a big balloon ever since. If we're inside a black hole, things might be really um, squished or weird, but everything around us looks pretty normal and spread out. So we probably don't live in a black hole, but it's fun to think about and like imagining we're in a giant space adventure. Want to? So it was
Ooh.
like, hey, would you like to hear about black or about wormholes? I was like, yes, actually, I would like to hear about wormholes. And really fun. I want to ask like, or I asked AI, I was like, explain to me what a wormhole is to a fourth grader, because I said fourth instead of fifth. It says, imagine space is a big piece of paper that the stars and planets draw on it. Now, let's say that you want to go from one star to another, but the super far apart, like opposed sides of the paper, it would take forever to travel across. A wormhole is like a magic shortcut. Picture folding the paper so that two stars touch, then poke a tiny tunnel through the paper, and if if you go through the tunnel, you zip from one star to the other super fast without traveling the faraway places or even different times. And I sent that to you. I was like, that's literally, if for anybody out there that has seen the wonderful movie Event Horizon, that's literally the like what happened. not only is it the
Yeah.
plot of Event Horizon, that's how they explain what they're doing in Event Horizon, which is an amazing movie, which is not
I think
about
it's one of the
black holes, but
scariest movies ever made.
one of the scariest movies ever made. And like they never made another one. They've been talking about making a series, like, and everything in it, you're like, this is kind of plausible.
Yeah.
Because it talks about alternate dimensions that when instead of like going through the basically the folded paper, like they went through several dimensions and brought things back is very interesting. Um, but I thought that was very funny that I asked what a wormhole is. I mean, everything we're talking about is still theoretical, basically, but
Yeah.
um, and it is funny and it is fun to ask AI, but like, and then again today, you know, like I was sending all of you that stuff yesterday, I asked Google AI, which randomly do this while I'm eating my lunch at work because I never go anywhere during lunch. It said, when I asked AI, I asked Google AI, I was like, hey, are we falling into a black hole? And it says, no, Earth and the solar system are not currently falling into a black hole. While there is a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way, our solar system is a low calculated, far enough away that it's orbiting and stable, meaning we are not being pulled in. Which I was like, why? I mean, out of all the other AIs, I was like, well, that makes a lot more sense. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, here's here's my problem. Let's start with this. My problem is no one knows whether or not one, it's true, two, if we actually have one in our solar system, three, if they're actually real, and we have no pictures of it. Yes, I get it that it's dead space, but like we're using we're using math for something we don't even understand in the first place, which is like the opposite of what math is, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it is based on math and theory in general and all this stuff. But the thought was, we talk about this episode too, is I mean, because you got different answers from different AI,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But it's all also could be by design, like we talked about before. Maybe they don't want us to know, or maybe they are already told it certain things that it could say.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you don't know, and that's the reason you have to ask questions all the time. And it's like you only know what you need to read. And but are you ever going to really know what they really know, what they want you to know? If they don't want you to know something, you're not going to know.
I
So
will tell you that I tried to Google or to use AI to ask what's on the other side of a black hole, and it kept giving me an error message because if let's say they're true, let's say that the physics are right, let's say the mathematics are right, um, and like you're saying, it could be another basically universe on the other side. Um,
yeah.
I also wonder, like maybe that's what other dimensions are. I also had this
Mm,
crazy, I've had this crazy theory for a while, bro. That what if there were super small black holes that you couldn't
mm,
even see, that go into other dimensions, which is also like if you start thinking about that, like what if they're like the size of something that your eye can't even see? Like obviously we're all made of matter and atoms anyway, like that you can't see, but we're all made of it and they're all vibrating. Like what if there's in between that there is a black hole, a very very tiny one that goes to another universe? Who knows? Like for instance, like in one of the Men in Black, he opens up his locker and there's like a whole world inside with a bunch of
yeah.
people that worship him. Like it's kind of like that. Like no one knows. Like the whole mystery behind it is also like super super weird to me. Like even to this day,
Yeah.
2025, we don't know.
Yeah. Another good example in pop culture is you can check out. There's an episode of Rick and Morty that deals with that too. It's fantastic.
God, old Rick and Morty does rule.
Just to kind of shore up the black hole discussion here, just to let you know that this idea that the universe might be inside of black holes makes in various forms since the early 1970s. It's not a
What?
new idea at all. Um, The earliest known proposal was from somebody named Raj Pathira in 1972. He proposed this idea that the universe could be the interior of a black hole by comparing the Schwarzschild, which describes black holes, with the closed Friedman, Lamartine, Robertson, Walker metric, describing a closed universe. So look those up if you want to.
Oh,
Uh,
by the way,
the
the
appearance
event
led to the
horizon.
hypothesis compared to our hypothesis that the universe might be a region inside a black hole in a larger parent universe. So between the 1989 and 1990, there's been more research, a lot of Russian research on this. 2010, 2025 was the most recent study by Enrique Gastanyaga and colleagues. They proposed that the universe may have formed inside a black hole in a parent universe. So
Mhm.
we were
So,
already in
so,
it when it was formed.
so the size of your standard black hole, the from event horizon to event horizon, basically the circumference of a black hole is the size of the Milky Way galaxy. I forgot to say that earlier.
Some key concepts to support the theory, and then we'll kind of end up on that because it actually ties in very nicely to what we're going to talk about next. The Einstein-Cartan theory it incorporates spin and torsion to prevent singularities. There's a holographic principle that suggests that all information in a volume of space can be encoded on its boundary. It's what's relevant to black holes and possibly the universe itself. And then there's multiverse implications.
Hmm.
If they can spawn universes, each could represent a separate bubble universe and a larger universe, which we discussed. So yeah, it's just apparently that, and then also
So one random mathematical calculation that I read that basically once you pass uh, the event horizon, that 2D and 3D all merge into itself, which my brain does not understand what I just stated. Like when I was
no.
like I thought about it way more than I should. I was like, what does that even mean? I mean, obviously light it says that like, space and time gets trapped in it and light even slows down, which I don't think anybody in the known universe that we live in that, can really fathom or understand that.
All right, so shifting gears to the comet or alien spaceship, Three Eye Atlas.
Mm.
Now, when we're talking about the black hole, is our universe inside a black hole? Did Three Eye Atlas get sucked into that black hole since it's supposedly billions of years, and from a different star system?
Allegedly.
Uh, so that's kind of where this thing's being tracked. It's being seen by telescopes. It's now daily. There's new articles. David, how many times a day are you checking now if there's any updates?
More than I would actually like to admit. Somewhere
Yeah.
in the realm of like 10 to 20. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of the things are just the stories rehashed that other news outlets are picking up that I'm catching on to. Nothing
Mhm.
too new. I now you did mention that the media has hyped up a little bit.
Yep,
I think it's mostly towards people that are in the algorithm that are searching these things.
probably. I still
Uh,
have not seen a huge I haven't seen like a regular media outlet like like a CNN, Fox News, like CMC, like they haven't talked about it yet. No.
yeah, I think probably a month before it gets closer is when things are really going to start getting crazy. I think things will get crazy. I'm going to predict that now. So stock up on your toilet paper, folks, because I think things are going to get crazy. Now, we talked about the news outlets. Nothing's really new there. There is a site. It's Medium is the blogging site that it's well known. I used to have an account, don't, but there's too many accounts and things I do. I can't keep up with everything, so I don't use it. But when
Yeah,
you do a
no, that
search
makes sense.
for the news and what going to Three Eye Atlas, we did talk about in our last episode about Harvard professor, astrophysicist Avi Loeb. He does keep his Medium site updated. And his most recent
Mhm.
one was just like a day ago from this recording. It is stating that if it is an extraterrestrial spaceship, and we should be prepared for it just in case it is, but there's no global type of plan on how to handle that. We're all worried about conflicts on our planet. We're worried about controlling AI, and other things that each country has its own problems, right? Whether it's the economy, it's war, all kinds of things. We're all worried about things on the surface, but we don't have like a global union or something. What is this? What if this is a ship? What if this is an extraterrestrial ship and it's going to send out drones to come down to all the planets and it's going to land on Earth? Maybe it knows about us, maybe it does. I mean, maybe it doesn't. And we're going to have that first contact. Maybe, allegedly, if they're not already here. But the issue is, what do we do? What's going to happen? And why I'm kind of feeling like if we already know about these things and there is no, or maybe there is, we don't know. Maybe there is something going on. We don't know yet. And it's expected and it's supposed to happen. Don't know. But what are your thoughts on that? Like, what are we supposed to do in the situation?
I mean, like we talked in our last episode, like I have a lot of problems with all of the reporting of it. Um, how once it like hit the internet, they're like, oh yeah, it's Comet now. Which we've already talked about. Like the whole thing just smells wrong to me. Um, do I think it's maybe a interstellar um UFO? Obviously, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. Oh, well, okay. I will stop and say that. I said this before. James Wick can definitely look at this thing. Um, absolutely. Um, the observatories, the pictures we've seen from the observatories look really weird. I don't know that my problem, I guess, like this is kind of off the subject, but like I don't know who I trust anymore when it comes to any of this stuff anyway. Do I trust the observatories? Do I trust NASA? Do I trust whoever is in charge of James Webb, which I'm assuming is NASA? Um, and do I trust that they're not altering the pictures that they give us? Because they definitely and have been found guilty of altering the pictures they give to the public, which is also wrong. Um, I don't know what's going on, man, with this. Like I said before, us traveling 130,000 miles an hour, which blows my mind at how fast that could even be. It's not going to hit anything in our solar system, which also doesn't make any sense. Like, just think of pool. Have you ever played pool in your life? I'm assuming you have. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
how is it not hitting anything on the pole board of the galaxy?
Especially the speed it's going, which is like the percentage is very, very small. It's very minuscule.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we're talking about this and we're being rational about it, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why it's not being more talked about because, like, yeah, you like you said before, it could be really could hit Mars or come really close to it, which means it could get really close to us. It could be on the backside I think what was it, the sun by the 29th or something of
Yeah,
October.
29th of October.
The and
We might have
again,
the best spot to see it when it goes past the sun and kind of curves. That's the best time we'll have a chance to see it, but it's going to be too bright probably to see it.
you asked me like what I saw on the internet, like I think we talked about it offline before, like or this week, like it's sending signals. We already
Yeah.
know there's
Should we
lights
answer
on
the
it.
signal?
There's a glow. It's sending pulses to Earth, like, and they're not telling us what the message is. I was like, oh my God, bro, I knew it. I knew this was happening, and this was gonna happen. Like I think that we all think this. You and me think this stuff is fun, but like, there's people that definitely out there, whatever is going on in their lives, but they definitely think like that's true. Whether it's true or not, I'm not going to be here to tell you that is happening. It's not happening. I don't know. I don't know anything, and I'll tell you I don't know anything.
Well, let's jump
I,
into the people that think it's true and what they believe is true, because I think this will be the best part of the episode anyway.
hell yeah.
So one of the things and some of the thought processes I had in this is there's been a lot of talk about all the rich people having bunkers, having
Yeah,
having the underground at the Denver
guns.
airport. having all
Yeah.
these things, everybody's doing this, all the,
Yeah.
they're getting deep. You
Yep.
remember the movie Deep Impact? There was a bunker. Everybody went to a giant
Hmm.
bunker. So it's like, is this thing actually going to hit us? And they're saying, oh, I mean, it's not totally not going to hit us at all. It's going to be so far away. I mean, it is close. It's closer than most things have been, but it's not going to hit us. We're safe. But what if that possibility is, and they've known this? Then they've known this since before July 1st. They've probably known this last 10 years. And the reason that this has become a conspiracy and people are talking about it, we've been tracking other asteroids and things for much longer than that.
Yeah.
Apophis, for one
Absolutely.
instance, I mean, at least I know that's been tracked for years, not just a couple
Hmm.
months, but years. And that's going slow. This thing's going fast. We should have seen this thing a long time ago. How are we
Hmm.
just now seeing it?
That's
But
I
we can
said
see
that
the
last episode
slow-moving
as well.
asteroid that supposedly going to come by and pass us by like 2030 or something, 2035. I don't know. And then I'm seeing things where
Yep.
this is the good stuff. This is where it's going to get going here. I sent you that
Hmm.
video on Jeremy Corbell. Let's start with that, where
Yeah.
he said back in 2017 that within the next few years, by 2025, whoever they are, the
Hmm.
powers that be, so be it. This is what he's saying. They
Hmm.
are going to fake an alien encounter with a spaceship and all this, and none of it is real. So is none of this real? Is Three Eye Atlas even really out there? Is it even a thing? Or is this just some kind of distraction? And when it gets here, David, hang on, because when it gets here, is it going to be a spaceship? And are they going to use Project Bluebeam to show the spaceship coming? Because there's even talks, and hang in here with me, there's talks, and this is the craziest one of all because
Hmm.
the Project Bluebeam is the idea where they can do holograms and stuff like that, whatever. If it's real
Yep.
or not, I have no
Direct
idea.
energy weapons where they can make direct energy to a certain positional point and basically make a mass. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's also with all the radio waves, frequencies, other things that are going through, there's stuff that is controlling our brains right now. We don't even realize it. It's happening.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's how do you shut it off? You can't. So in different countries and different belief systems, there's actually the big conspiracy, and this is to uh, kind of get people to come together, I guess. But they're going to have all of their specific deities, gods, belief systems to project the return. So you can have a return of Jesus, or you can have a return of other countries with their gods and whatever, Buddha, I don't know where and how they would do it in certain places, but they would show up and everybody being all thinking that's the return. And the holograms would tell them that they've been wrong their whole time. They need to follow just one God that is they're all underneath. And that would be the one God that the one world government would want you to follow. So
Oh
that's
no.
yes.
Illuminati, the Great
Yeah.
Reset.
Yeah. So that's been a big one I thought was funny. I mean, it's interesting to read. I mean, the thought process people come up with on these things is
Those are people.
insane. So I'm just like, no, is there holograms in the sky and things like that? I don't know. People think the moon's a hologram, and they have a reason why you only see the same side all the time. I don't know. But there's some people think the Earth's flat. We talked about that enough. We don't
Yeah.
need to get
I
into
mean,
that.
I mean, no, not even, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
I mean, up until not even that long ago, we thought that the Earth was the center of the universe, you know?
yeah. I mean, in our life, I mean, in the life of humans, yes, it's not been that long.
One
Uh,
thing that is crazy about Earth, for instance, Earth is traveling like 90,000 miles an hour through the solar system, and you don't feel it because of the centrifugal force of the way that the Earth is rotating, which blows my mind, bro.
yeah,
Thinking like right now, think about it. You and me talking from other sides of America, but we're flying through the universe at 90,000 miles an hour just right now,
yeah,
but this thing is three times that fast,
yeah,
and It's so fascinating. It's so fun to talk about, but like at the end of the day, like I don't believe anything, and maybe that's our society now. I don't want to talk about that, but like I don't, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe anything. Like I don't know that it's real. I don't know that it's traveling that fast. I don't know that it's gonna pass by Mars. I don't know that the pictures that they send that look like UFO, by the way, like I said in our last episode, like. I don't know, man. Like the whole thing just is ridiculous. Like the Amau Mau, back in like what was that, 20,000 or 2017?
2017, yeah.
Yeah, like that had less press than this. Like maybe because then there wasn't as
Wait,
much
we didn't know about it until it
censorship.
passed this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, how's that
Now what
happen?
is it? Yeah,
How's that
like
happen?
and by the way,
Unless
the
it's an alien ship is how it happened.
when I said there's like 10 to 20 um uh when I looked at it 10 to 20 times, like that's because my feed is feeding it to me,
Yeah,
because there's so many people who are like, oh, this is they're aliens, they're contacting us, the truth is out there, it's coming, we already know, they know it about it, they're lying to you. Like, sure, I don't know what I don't know, bro. Like, and I'm not going to tell you I
yeah,
know what I don't know. I'm just not going to happen from you. You're not going to get it from me. Like the whole thing is crazy though.
yeah.
Do I think it's a comet? I would. Here's my problem with that. Like, why haven't we seen a picture in non bad resolution that it is a comet?
Probably because it's not a comet.
Well, well, we're about to see. We're about to see, bro.
I mean, and also too, when they show you a picture, I mean, is it going to be believable?
When you say things like that, I know this is kind of weird, but I think back to Independence Day when the one girl at the strip club, if there and she was like, you shouldn't go up to the top of this building and show your poster, and she's like, I'm gonna do it, and her poster was like, we believe in you. I don't remember what her poster said, but like some of the poster was like, I hope they
Yeah.
bring back Elvis or something.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I think of. Like there's definitely a sect of people that actually think that
I,
way. Like
dude, I we'll keep updating everyone on 3i Atlas, and if we hear of anything different in upcoming episodes and stuff. But one thing I will say is I do think within a month before it comes, so like end of September, I really have that feeling that things are going to get a little crazy. I think it's going to be on the news a lot more. People might start getting a little panicked, and we do want to thank everyone for listening to this episode, and please check out our past episodes. If you go on our site, there's a lot of cryptid stuff on there. Our previous podcast was the Society of Cryptid Hunters. We're not saying that's done yet, but we did shift gears into intercepted signals, where we are covering the UFOs, UAPs, aliens, and conspiracies, and things of the unknown, which David and I think we talk a lot more offline about than we did on
yeah,
podcasts
absolutely.
before. So now we're just bringing it to you. None of the stuff like we're saying is real, so please take it with a grain of salt. And also go check out our past episodes. We had a lot of episodes on other conspiracies and UFOs in the past, changed to intercepted signals, but please like and subscribe our show. Share it with your friends if you like it. They think they have interest in this too. Like I said, we're going to keep doing updates on 3i Atlas. And I think our next episode, we're gonna discuss interdimensional beings, which should be an excellent topic to research. I can't wait.
Can't
So,
wait.
but thank you so much. Please find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and just do a search on Google and you'll find us. You can follow us on X. You can find us on Facebook. Do our Facebook group. Join in the discussion. David, close us out, buddy.
Hey, I would like to give this episode is dedicated to TJ Lord T6. Thank you for another awesome. I know this is the third time we've asked you to make music for our show, but thank you for an awesome song. You're awesome. You're a good bro. I will see you on the other side. Later, guys.